everybody, and thank you for joining me today. I'm gonna be real honest. I did not feel like doing the whole setup for what I know is about to be like a 5-minute video, so I'm just gonna go have me a little sit down in some grass. Probably get bit by a spider. That'll be fun. With that last video that I made, egos were triggered. Okay, I'm gonna pop in some a comment I got, and oh, there was the email. I can't exactly recall what they say, but I do know that they're a little much, right? I think we can agree on that. And I want to talk to you guys about the real reason you're ever upset, because it helped me so much on my journey to never get triggered again. And that has been so empowering. No matter what you're upset about, literally think of all the times that you've been upset in your mind, things that have really upset you, like common inconveniences, like not being able to find a parking spot, all the way to just the most severe injustices that you can think of. And the real reason that you're upset is that you perceive an attack on your ego. That's it. You perceive an attack upon yourself, and your ego is trying to fix that, because we don't like to feel attacked, right? Like, we don't like that uncomfortable feeling of attack. It goes against all of our primal and survival instincts. So when we perceive an attack upon ourselves, we then try to do whatever we can to project and reverse that attack. But when you really realize that an attack on yourself can't be made, it's you give them the power to attack you. Now, this is like really deep and high, and so it took me a while even to grasp the concept, and I still get caught up in it day to day. I absolutely do. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. But at the end of the day, you perceive an attack on yourself, okay? And then you try so hard to reverse that. Oh my God, I can't, what is happening? My hands are shaking. I need to eat. Keep getting my freaking finger in the camera. Anyways, I probably should have posted this on Instagram or something and not made a whole video about it, but I made that post yesterday saying that I would, because it's so important. So when I get responses like this, enlightenment is nothing more than awareness. So it's like all of these people that are trying so hard, and I'm not shaming or judging them. Do you come to terms with true reality at your own pace? Ooh, I think there's that spider. At your leisure, baby, at your leisure. I don't care. I'm unfazed. I'm unbothered. You're only stopping your own progression. To cling to something so hard that you threaten physical violence against someone, or just, she didn't really threaten me, but to say something it makes you want to punch someone in the face. I'm sorry. My beliefs and someone not agreeing with them has never made me want to punch somebody in the face. And to that, just in case you happen to be watching, you don't know me. You don't know the struggles that I've been through and the things that I've been through. You don't know how old my soul is. You don't know. So, don't embarrass yourself in that way. That's, it doesn't hurt me because you can't attack me. You don't know me. You only exist in my version of reality because I allowed that. I brought that comment upon myself, if we want to get really deep within it. Maybe I wanted disagreement, maybe I wanted a challenge to what I had to say, because that challenge, if we had no polarizing opinions, okay, if we had nobody to disagree with us, well, then what are we? It's if there's nothing to agree with our truths, then there's nothing to point to the fact that it's our truth. Does that make sense? So as a rule, I sort of welcome, disagreement, and I welcome those comments. And that's why that channel was open for them to leave that message to me. So I just, anytime that you're upset, just know that you perceived it as an attack upon yourself. And so your ego is trying to make up for that. And there's no real reason to be upset about it. If anything, you should be grateful, because then you have a comparison to your truth. Okay. So when you feel these thoughts of my son's out here, what do you need, baby?
I would love some more muffins.
Okay, well, I'll work on muffins. But I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I can go deeper with this if you're interested, but I really feel like it's a very simple thing. You should celebrate somebody coming at you. Honestly, this isn't the right place to do it, because I fucking get off on that shit. I love it. I'm gonna turn that into further validation. That's so icky. That's so gross to me. and not from an ego standpoint. It just shows to me that, like, especially with the comments that were, you know, from girls saying, you know, I needed this message. I was speaking to the people that need the message, okay? If you don't need that message and you're happy living in your version of reality, then stay there and hold that space for yourself. Don't feel the need to get so upset and so wound up to go and attack people. That shows that you're not where you think you are, and that's fine. Again, come to it at your leisure. But I feel like this message is really important. And when I really grasped that I don't have to defend my place, I don't have to argue. Every now and then I'll pop off because some of it's just so ridiculous that, you know, I do have a messy human side, obviously. I also have been accused of being very unspiritual. I'm a spirit. I don't think I can act in an unspiritual way. I'm having a human experience, but I am a spirit. I guess, though, you could say that humans act in an inhumane way, but no, that's just what humans are capable of. So it's possible for spirits to have an unspiritual thought, but really, what is that? Like, question everything, okay? Like, allow and invite these disagreements, and without feeling the need to argue with them, because if anything, it should just point you back to true north. And if you're so rattled and so shaken up that you want to punch someone, it's because it's triggering an ego response into you, because maybe you don't believe it as much as you think you do. Or maybe it's not as true as you think it is, but you're so desperately trying to convince yourself of your space in reality because you have no true awareness to compare it to true reality. True reality is this force of love. I have no need to argue with people because their disagreement does nothing but validate my truth. And if that makes sense to you, that is so great. And I hope that message carries you, because it changed my life when I grasped that. The only thing I really find myself arguing right about now is Donald Trump, but that's just because there's so much energy in the world that takes advantage of vulnerable energy. And it's like the line between not doing any fucking bugs everywhere. The line between not doing anything and being quiet and being super enlightened and watching an injustice where people need help is very, very, very thin. So, like I said, my human self does get involved in it. But when it comes to like these spiritual topics, there's a gnat, and it comes to things that aren't. But I guess, you know, our spirituality is intertwined with our material world. I hope you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to argue with somebody that thinks twin flames are real. I have no need to, but I will argue over a human being deserving basic rights. It's different. In my mind, it's different. Maybe I'll do some growing and feel differently about that one day. But in the meantime, guys, don't celebrate someone putting something into your face that you know to be false, because if anything, it just validates your truth. And when you remove that power of attack on you, when you realize that nobody can really attack your truth, it's so liberating and so free. So this is a simple video. If you want me to talk about it more, I'm happy to do that. I just wanted to bring that to light, because you just don't need to argue. You don't need to be upset about anything. I really feel like that's sort of, if we want to like get into religious terms, what the Bible was saying about turn your other cheek. You know, obviously if someone's like threatening you with a gun, you have every right to get the gun away or like run away or whatever you have to do. But I think it's sort of a metaphor of like, you don't have to argue, because an attack on yourself is simply perceived as ego. It's the Bible and so many religious texts are super metaphorical for stuff like that. I don't even know where I was going with that thought. Please understand, you know, I'm getting all these comments. I'm almost at 12,000 subscribers now about me being an influencer, and someone was upset that I was wearing earrings, and I'm sorry for that. We had a nice conversation, so I'm not going to drag that out, but I am doing this work with you guys. And if you want to be on this journey with me, that's fantastic. And I'm so happy to have you here and learn together, but I don't expect to be held to a higher standard, and I can't do any work for you. We can do it together, like we can learn together, but please don't come to me expecting to know all of the answers. Anything that I know, I'll share with you on how to do it yourself. I can't remove the ego attack for you. I can share with you the tools that I've learned that's helped me on my journey, but I can't do much more than that. I also want to apologize. I don't think I've responded to her. There's a spider. I don't think that I have responded to her message, but someone let me know in a sweet little message on Instagram that I used the word gypped, which is apparently derived from the word gypsy. I don't say gypsy because I've learned, but I also grew up in the South and had no fucking clue that the word gypped comes from gypsy. So I do apologize for that. The spider is on my phone. Whew, sorry. When I do wrong, I will apologize. Like saying the word gypped, I did not mean offense to anybody or anything, but when I'm sharing like my spiritual truth, I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for sounding like a child if that's how you perceived it to be. It pointed me back to my true north. So that's all, you guys. And let's have a conversation in the comments. I love that. And I hope you all have a good day.